Very good morning, Bhante Kotawaye Suseela from Canada. Welcome to the Buddhist Maha Vihara, Bhante, and thank you for conducting the first meditation retreat here for the year at Buddhist Maha Vihara. I just told them briefly about yourself, but I think I'll read the official profile before we start. Now, Bhante Suseela is a Sri Lankan monk who has been trained in the Theravada Buddhist tradition. He had completed his Bachelor of Buddhist Philosophy at the Kalaniya University in Sri Lanka. He's been a monastic for the last 30 years, and he had been training in pragmatic samatha and vipassana meditation methods under many prominent teachers for several years. Now, currently, he is the spiritual director of the Alberta Buddhist Vihara Association and the chief resident monk of the Alberta Insight Meditation Center in Canada. He's been working as a Buddhist chaplain at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology as well. So without much ado, now I'd like to invite Bhante to start this 2-day meditation retreat. It's called Cultivating the Jhanas. Bhante?
Good morning to everyone. Nice to see you all. Before we start, I would like to do the 3 bows to the Buddha with me, please. Repeat after me and bow down with me. Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi. So to start the program, we will observe 8 livelihood precepts. Are you familiar with that? You know Panchasila, right? You know 8 precepts and 10 precepts. So when we observe 5 precepts, they are for the daily basis. 8, 9 or 10 precepts are for full moon day observation, because there are some precepts that you cannot continue daily. The specification with 8 livelihood precepts, you can do it daily with less restrictions. Livelihood precepts are mostly taught to have the verbal behaviors. Usually at a retreat, I would encourage people to observe that, because it's easy to follow and it's easy to deal with the day, because sometimes after lunch, some people want to have snacks because of some medical reasons too. So therefore, let's observe 8 livelihood precepts. If you are not familiar with, but the precepts are very similar to the other, but I will help you to observe. So shall we start then? They are not in this chanting book though. Yeah, but I will help. So please recite Namo Tassa 3 times to observe the precepts. Namo Tassa. Repeat after me. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Panati pata veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Kāmesu micchāchārā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Pissunā vācā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Parussā vācā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Sampappalāpā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Micchā ājīvā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Tisaranena saddhiṃ ājīvaṭṭhamaka sīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkhitāṃ kattvā appamādena sampādē tabbaṃ. Āma Bhante. Good job. So now we're going to homage to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Are you familiar with that too? Yeah, so let's do it. It's very short and we'll start the introduction then. Together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Buddha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Omishtuddha dhamma swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko pacchatam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Omishtuddha sangha Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani atta purisa pugga Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakkineyo anjali karaniyo anuttaram punyakettam lokassati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good morning to everyone and thank you for being here. It is a privilege to be here. After 6 years, I was here just before COVID. And at that time, I was a part of the novitiate program as well. And I know some of the novices from that program and they still continue the practice with me too. So today, we all are here to dedicate our entire life for the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, basically to practice our own time ourselves. Generally we do have much obligations and we have to go with the flow. But today you have left behind everything and you are here to discover yourselves. And now we're going to start that. I think I don't want to worry about the housekeeping because you are very familiar with here and you know things. I'm the guest, so then I should be walking around to get too familiar with here, but you all know the environment. So you already have seen the schedule, right? The timetable. It's a long day. But we'll try our best to simplify the day and meaningful and fruitful. I would like to go around and have a couple of questions and answers before I introduce the practice. But as we have a number of people, I do not want to talk to each one of you, but we'll get some of you And I won't pick anyway, just be volunteer. And let's talk about your meditation experiences. Based on that, I will introduce the teaching and then we can start the practice. How many of you are very new to the practice? Is this first time for a retreat? I'm asking absolute beginners. 1. Okay. Good. So, how many of you are regular meditators? Daily basis? Good. Once a week? Good. Once a month? Good. On and off? Oh, good. So, tell me what is your understanding, what is your capacity in meditation, how much you have done. But make sure not to remind any of your previous teachers. Do have the respect, but do not bring all those teachings here and do not try to recall them. This can be a new beginning with this new year. That I'm not saying that I'm going to manipulate you, but just leave everything behind. Let's do this first and we'll try to understand what's going on. And do not mention your previous practices and don't try to compare that teachings and these teachings. There are no various teachings of the Buddhism, just only one background, one platform with different instructors. Tell me, what is your understanding about the meditation and how you define meditation and what you are seeking for from meditation. I will listen for few of them, few of you, and then I will go with my instructions. You may be volunteer.
For me, what I understand about meditation is that we sit and relax ourselves mentally and physically. And then we try to cultivate our minds to be here and now, not to be pulled to the thoughts of the past and not to the future imagination, and then to be here and now to see the three characteristics of life, anicca, dukkha, anatta, and also try to see and experience the cause, past conditions, and the effects. And also find aggregates, how it comes into being. Thank you.
For me, I will try to meditate daily. So I set my alarm at 6 until 7, but sometimes I don't wake up. So when Bhante asks, do you meditate daily? I cannot say a lie because sometimes I don't wake up, but I do try to do it daily. I have better clarity for the whole day when I meditate, and I feel like sometimes it becomes a necessity. If I go to long retreats, then I will be able to focus better, but not when I'm working. So for me, meditation is letting go, is to have present moment awareness. And it's very important for me that in our daily life, we also have the mindfulness, because that will go into our meditation. For me, if I don't practice during my daily activities, I have problems sitting down, so it must be like continuous. So meditation is like observing oneself as an external person. It's just an observer, like you can see the clouds, the thoughts like the clouds passing by, just no attachment, just observe. Yeah. For me, I try to meditate for clarity and for peace. Yeah, thank you.
Morning, Bhante. Meditation is a technique developed for us to be able to quiet, calm down, and still the mind. Then only further insights can be developed. That's all, Bhante.
Do you all agree with those answers? Or do you have any other things to say? Agreed? Okay. So that's your answer. And this is my answer. The original word, authentic word for meditation is bhavana. What's the meaning of bhavana? Cultivation of the mind, okay. And the bhavana, the Pali term is bhaveti. Bhaveti means cultivation or development. So development of the mind. Is that only the mind? When we talk about the meditation, mostly we think that's the development of the mind. How come? It's not only about the mind. It's about our entire life. Do we have only the mind? Do we have only the mind? No. What else? We have a body. And? Yeah. So, the mind and the words and the body. We have three aspects, three doors. Bhaveti is development or cultivating. Then what we cultivate? The mind, the words, and the body. How we develop. So, in another way, we develop or we cultivate two things. Wholesome and unwholesome. Kusala, akusala. Kusala and akusala. Either of them can be developed. So you are here to develop what? Kusala or akusala? Akusala? Kusala. But rest of the world will be developing akusala at the same time, don't they? Most of them. Out of this practice, won't we develop akusala? Don't we develop akusala? We do. When we are done this program, tomorrow, and then we are with the secular world again, regular world, then we'll start the akusala practice too, plus kusala. Most of the people develop akusala, and on and off they develop kusala. Serious practitioners do develop kusala, on and off they develop or cultivate akusala too. So the meditation that taught by the Buddha is to develop the kusala. How we develop kusala, how we cultivate kusala. Mentally, verbally, and physically. We develop the kusala mentally, verbally, and physically. That we call bhavana. That we call bhavana. But the rest of the world think if bhavana, if meditation is that we should sit there alone and close the eyes and focusing on something else. If that's the meditation, the animals should be the most developed beings in the world. Why? What they usually do? Do they work? No. Do they worry about how to survive? No. They are the beings who live in the present moment all the time. Animals are the beings who live in the present moment all the time because they have no worries from the past. They don't have plans for the future. They just survive, live with what they have at the present moment. They should be the most developed beings. But not. So, meditation always helps to understand the surrounding, understand the reality, what we have to do and where we should go. The Buddha's meditation does not limit only for the sitting practice. It is not. Do not misunderstand that. Meditation does not define only as a sitting practice. Meditation is a way of living of humans. Does that make sense? Meditation is a style of humans. Meditation is a way of living of humans. How we live with kusala developments. We're going to talk about those. Meditation is not something additional in the life. It is the part of the life. It is not something that we want to seek when we are in trouble, when we are in turmoil, when we have stress, tension. Meditation is the life. What is the life? Development of kusala or wholesomes. Don't we have two types of lifestyle mostly for many people? Secular life or a regular life or spiritual life, right? We have divided our life into these. So when we come to the temple, we call it spiritual life. When we go out from the temple, secular life. How come? How that happens? When we come to the temple, at the temple we observe precepts. And we try to protect them and we try to calm down and relax ourselves. When we left the temple, don't we continue? Precepts? Don't we have that calmness, quietness? Are we losing the kindness, compassion? No. Then how we say, this is a spiritual life, that is a secular life? What type of definition is that? There are no two types of lifestyle. It's just the life. When we want to offer, we offer once a month, or twice a month, or every 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, once a year, we offer. When we offer, we call that is spirituality. Can't we offer daily? If we want, we can. There's no separation of spirituality or secularity. It's just the life. If we want to continue as a virtuous person, moral person, ethically behaved person, we can do it either at the temple or at home. It doesn't matter where we practice it. To be a good person, we don't need to come to the temple all the time or go to the church. Being a good person in the lifestyle, that's my life. So therefore, there's no such separation for spirituality. That means there's no limited time frame for meditation. Why we have selected time for meditation? That because we think sitting is the meditation. Sometimes instructors instruct. If you want to succeed with meditation, you have to sit down at least 10-12 hours per day. Very good. My teacher personally, he sits at least 12 hours a day. That because he is free from more burdens. He has no obligations. He is free from bonds. That is okay with him. That is okay with monks. But how about you? Can you sit that long? Never. Never. But one day you should. One day you should. Then, as a lay person, how we apply then? How we practice? You cannot sit all day. You have to work. You have to deal with the other obligations. But then how we can apply the meditation? To see the mind, we have to sit down and close eyes and watch the mind. We can't do it all the time. But there are ways to practice meditation or cultivations in the daily life. According to the teachings, there are no limits. There are no frames that, margins that you cannot override this. There are so many techniques that we can develop. So therefore, try to be aware of what I am saying here, and that will help you to absorb something else to develop in your daily life. Good. So bhavana is cultivating the mind, words and the body. Mano, vachi and kaya. Mano means the mind, vachi means the words, kaya means the body. And my next question is, how many of you are capable of focusing or concentrate quickly? Good. How fast? Good. Only 2? Good. Don't worry about others, just worry about yourself. How long does it take you to focus, gather the mind? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Or entire time? Sometimes that happens too, right? How many of you worry about your concentration? Do you worry? Why? Why not? You worry, right? Yeah. Worries are good. Why? Don't be frustrated, but just be worried. Everything teaches something else. So, how long can you be concentrated? 1 minute? 2 minutes? 3, 4, 5? Just show the fingers. Good. 5. We have 10 fingers. 5. Good. That's it? Goody. So, how many of you have appreciated that 5 minutes or 1 minute? Do you appreciate? Good. It doesn't matter how long you concentrate or focus. We should be appreciative. It can be 1 minute. That's your ability. That's your capability. Then who's the master for it? It's you. Who did it? You did it. Who's responsible? Who's responsible for that 1 minute of concentration? You did it. Whose mind? It's your mind. If the mind is yours, if the concentration is yours, if you are responsible, who should be doing it? You should do it. Am I responsible for you? No, never. Never. Why? I have my own life to focus on. So, doesn't matter how fast, how long you can observe or focus. Still we can try. You might be familiar with different stories. There was a teacher in Thailand, and I usually follow his stories because they are fascinating. One day he had a habit to roam around his monastery. One day he started to walk around and he noticed one of his students was so upsetting, looks unhappy. He asked why, what happened. Then his student said, my meditation was so upset last night. It wasn't good. Teacher said, don't worry, that will change. And then he continued walking. And he noticed another student was so delighted and happy and smiling. he approached him and asked, what happened? He said, oh, my meditation was so successful last night. Then teacher smiled and said, don't worry, that will change soon. Why? Things are subject to change. Nothing is permanent. Don't be overexcited. Those they succeed or just this tiny bit of result is something else from the practice. There are more to take, more to have. And don't be overexcited at once. But keep doing, keep going. The betterment is ahead. Okay. Hope you can understand what I try to explain. Now, as we have type of beginners with the meditation, even though you are practicing for a long time, to focus yourselves, I would teach one simple technique to practice for the morning, and then we'll start the other teachings once you're done with this in the morning. Here's the technique. We all have some stories going on the mind, right? While we are sitting and closing eyes. Stories are coming here. Many of them are from the past, don't they? They're past experiences. And some of them are future plans. Nothing in the present moment. The body is only the thing for the present moment. The rest from the past or the future. Then we struggle during the sitting practice. Sometimes we completely forgotten the object and we have something else going on here, visualizing or moving. So many movies, right, around here. Why that? Because we haven't focused on the mind. We keep adding the fuel to the fire. We keep adding the fuel to the fire. We have to settle down the fire first. Buddha says, you have to calm down, settle down yourself before we begin the meditation. How that happens? This is what we have to do. Get the instruction first, then I will guide you through how we should do it, then you'll be able to do it yourself. First, we look at the mind. We watch the mind. We single out the mind. We do nothing other than focusing on the mind. We get the mind alone and we leave the past and the future and we try to stay here in the present moment. And then, what we do usually, when we focus on the mind, thoughts are coming, right? Thoughts begin to come. What is the basic, the usual habits with those thoughts? We suddenly grasp a thought and we try to analyze what's the looks like of it, and then we make a story with the thought. And that thought is more powerful than our mind. And then it drags us somewhere else. We just roam around the whole world with thoughts. And then suddenly When we remind, oh, I'm meditating, then we come back and try to focus. Again, the mind and thoughts comes and take us. It doesn't take a finger snap. And more than this fast, we can run. And then we keep struggling with that. End of the practice, we say, oh, I was not successful. What we do? We welcome all these uninvited thoughts to overpower us. We welcome them. We greet to them. And they are very happy. They stay here. And then later we cannot kick them out. Why? We are very friendly. We have welcomed them. We have invited them to come again and again and again. Who's wrong there? The thoughts? No. It's me. It's you. Why we welcomed? Why we engaged? That's the habit. But what we have to do then? We do not welcome them. We do not initiate the conversation. Usually, if we are disturbed from some guests, what we do? Let's say someone is keep coming to us. First day, we just invite to the house and treat and have a chat and let go. Second day, the same. Third day, the same. Fourth day, the same. Then keep coming. It's bothering and it's disturbing to my daily activities. What we do then? Don't we start to ignore? But when we realize it is disturbing, it can be too late. We are unable to ignore. We are unable to ignore. That was our unwiseness, ignorance. It doesn't mean that we should not welcome people. We should know our limits. Unlimitedly we welcome any of the garbage. That's the reason. We don't know how to sort out. So therefore, anything can come, but we should not accept everything. We should have a filter. Then we have to filter out differently or separately with the meditation. That's why we are here. It should be done daily. Let's say, then while we are focusing on the mind, then thoughts are coming. Are we going to welcome? To greet? No. We are not going to hang out with them. We're just going to leave them alone. What we do, we recognize a thought is coming. We don't touch them. We don't greet to them. We do not accept them. Why? They are uninvited thoughts. We haven't invited them, right? We did not create them. We let them pass as they arose. Does that make sense? We do not touch them. It's simply carelessness, disregardness. And then we keep watching the mind, observing the focus in the mind. Thoughts are coming and passing, rising and falling. We don't care. But sometimes some strong thoughts take us away. We lose the focusing. Suddenly we have to recognize, oh, I'm out of focus. Then we have to bring it back and start the focusing. What happens there? While we are focusing, thoughts might be reducing. Why? There's no caring. There's no regardness. There's no welcoming. They try to reduce or minimize. They try to not to come back. Why? We do not respond to them. Then what's the matter with this? The response. We should be responsible for those thoughts. And they stop coming. You can see, at the beginning we can see number of thoughts, but later we'll see the mind is making the space between the thoughts and the mind. Simply, thoughts are reducing, cutting off, and we can see the gap or the space of the mind is increasing. The free mind. Mind is free from thoughts. Not at once, but we have to work on it. At least for a few minutes, we can have a free mind, settled mind. And then, based on that, we start the other rest. Does that make sense? To have that type of mindset, you need to be fully aware of your all the movements from now onwards. While you are looking around, while you are sitting or standing or stretching, while you are dealing with other things, while you are consuming, urinating, defecating, and with everything, need to be fully aware or fully mindful. Then will increase the capacity of the mind. Plus, we have to walk, we have to sit. We do not spend long time to have this calm mindset. That can be done with small time slots, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Because if we sit longer, we forget the focus. And therefore, we just use small time slots, then easy to focus on. That's about the first sitting practice. And are you familiar with walking meditation? Oh, she's there. See how busy you are? Right? Yep. Multiple things. So what is those? What are those? The different things here. Laptop, clock, phone, bag, everything. That's your busyness. That's your busyness. And even now, you feel it's quite cold, right? Yeah. And then, in few minutes, we feel, oh, I should have some coffee. Then, different things. That's the nature. Nothing wrong with that. Even I do feel too, because I want to have some coffee. That's the nature. So, human mind versus animal mind. See what I said earlier? You walk with your pet, but pet is very calm and quiet, but you are so disturbed and busy. See? We are mindful, they are mindful. When we want, while we are running, we want to meditate. don't we? But while we are sitting, we want to run. How fickle we are, right? While we are running, we keep talking about sitting and calmness and quietness. But while sitting, we just roaming around. Crazy. This is what we do for meditation. We think thoughtlessness is the meditation. Fake. False. Not true. See the face, how we struggle to have a thoughtless mind. Then the postures. Are you aware of these postures? Yeah. We should have a better posture when we sit. I have some other teachings, we'll take it later. Now, how many of you are familiar with walking meditation? Good. Then I do not want to worry about, should I teach? Or we have a couple of new people, right? I'm going to show how to walk, and then, have you had your breakfast? How about tea or coffee? No? Okay, so we're going to start tea break right after the walking instruction. So I'll show how to walk. We better select a straight path for walking meditation. Sometimes we are advised to, instructed to follow someone else and just go around in circles. It doesn't work for this. Find a place, a suitable place for walking meditation. Let's imagine like I'm going to walk from this end to that end. That's my distance. That's my space for walking. This could be from that wall to that wall. That's okay. But let's make sure not to walk around here unless it is raining. Because we can go outside, right? Yeah. Find a space, and then there are many types of walking meditations. One thing is that sometimes people focus on metta, loving kindness, compassion, buddhanusati while they are walking. That is not walking meditation. It's just walking and focusing on something else. Walking meditation does not contain any other objects, just only walking. So start this way. First, relax your hands in front of your body or behind, and lower your head. Do not bend it fully, and do not close the eyes. Don't close the eyes, and bring your mindfulness, attention or awareness to the present moment, and imagining that I am walking. We start walking one thing at a time. The most distracted thing for mindfulness is multiple things. You can drive while you are eating, while you are talking, while you are sleeping, but meditation is not that way. We do one thing at a time. We start walking. When we walk, we feel the sensation of the feet. When we touch the ground, we feel it. When we move, we feel, and when we place, we feel. So there are 3 steps: lifting, moving, and placing. Lifting, moving, and placing. Lifting, moving, and placing. So First finish one job, then start the next, then the next, one by one, step by step. Be fully aware of your movements and focus here. Keep the mind around here, and you will see how the mind works with that movements. While we are walking, one thing, do not rush to bring your right leg while you are moving the left. First finish the left, then take the right. It doesn't matter which leg you are going to start first, right or left, whatever comfortable for you. People have those type of questions too. And let's think that while we are walking, it shouldn't be too fast or too slow. It should be moderated. And then, while walking, if we lose the mindfulness, focusing, what we do? Just stop there. It can be halfway through. Just stop there, bring the attention back and start. No need to go back. No need to go back. Continue and come to the end. When we come to the end, we know that I'm going to stop. Knowingly, we stop. Then we cannot backward. Some of you can, if you want. But we have to turn. When turning, we think, I'm turning. Which means we do everything knowingly, not unknowingly. And we turn, then we're done with turning, start walking. Start walking. So we start the walking meditation from here and we end it here. Does that make sense? Yeah. But we will go for tea now and then start from there and finish it here for now. And someone will ring the bell when the walking session is done and come and sit. I will guide you to observe the mind first, then we'll deal with it until we stop for lunch. Before that, do we have any other concerns about the sitting practice? Sorry, walking meditation? Is it clear? Good. If you are unable to walk alone, you can get close to a wall to make sure not to fall down. Make sure not to fall down. Don't injure yourself. Sometimes the body gets unbalanced while walking because that's not our natural walking style. Because some of us just run, some of have slow walking, some are dancing while walking, different styles. So everything keep behind and then we have different style of walking here. So therefore, make sure not to fall down, not to injure yourself. Good? Okay, so let's have some tea or coffee and then start the walking. How long do you need for coffee? 10 minutes is enough? Okay. So we'll begin the walking at 9:40. Okay. Good. Thank you for listening.